Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. So, I think with tournaments right around the corner, I think now is about the time to start putting some guide content out for you guys, helping you guys improve. And so today, I'm going to be going over kind of the first part of being successful in a tournament, and that is picking your drop. So, I'm going to be going over like the different parts of a game. So, I'm going to be talking about your drop spot and landing and getting loot in this video, and then after tournaments start, I'm gonna probably do some VOD reviews where I show you guys how to rotate mid game, end game, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna start with the drop spot, and I'm just gonna show you guys an example of what my trio drop spot is looking like it's gonna be for tournaments. But you can kind of take this and apply this to anywhere you want. So we'll start off here. So the way this is going to work is we're going to be dropping, my trio is going to be dropping kind of in this whole area. Kind of the triple houses, the alien base, gas station, henchman base. We might get this loot depending on how zone pulls. You might get the fish depending on how zone pulls. We're not really going to be meddling with orchard, spire, that kind of stuff. So pay attention to kind of how I explain this, and how we're going to drop this, because you guys are going to take this logic and apply it to your trios. So starting off with just kind of some basics. So typically you're going to want your fragger to have the best loot, specifically the best shotgun. So, blue pump, purple pump, gold pump, blue lever, purple lever, gold lever, purple and gold tax. Basically, any shotgun that can deal over 100 body shot damage in this meta with like less than stellar loot, I mean, anything like that is going to be big, and you're going to want your fragger to have that. So in this situation, with this drop, our fragger is going to land up here at this whole area, this area. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 chests, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus the 3 henchman chests. So this is going to give him the best chance of getting a really good shotgun. Then, typically, you're going to have your IGL and your Tarper get less loot. In this case, my team, I play with 2 fraggers, and then I'm the IGL, and I also tarp, basically. So I can have 2 fraggers at the back of the tarp getting kills. And the way we're going to split this is that the other fragger and I are going to go to these houses right here. So we're going to get this loot, and then we're going to grab a car right here. We're going to fish. There's not much fish here, but we're going to fish what we can. Then we're going to grab a car, and we're going to meet our other teammate at this gas station. We're going to get the loot from the gas station because we get less loot. We're going to throw tires on the car. Then we're going to go down here, loot this, whatever we want, and we're going to get the slurp truck. So this is crucial because right now the meta is which team is going to have better meds, because not many people are going to have great shotguns. So fights are going to be long and they're going to be dragged out. So it's going to be a war of attrition, basically. Who can wear down their enemy enough to get them to get blustered, make a mistake, get a sloppy pick. If someone's impatient, they get sloppy, they get sniped or AR'd or pumped, and then that's when the fight turns on one team or another. So having superior meds is so crucial to that. And with the slurp truck, we're going to be able to save a lot of meds and still have the whole trio be at 100. Now, the risk with this drop is that Steamy over here is also going to want to get this loot here. So we're essentially going to be fighting with Steamy for this whole area. But when you think about it, Steamy is most likely going to be contested, so they're going to be fighting. We're not going to be contested most of the time. So we're going to be able to get all this loot and get the truck before they can get out. And if they get out, we're going to be 100 health, 100 shield, decent loot. They might have better loot than us, but they're going to be, you know, bad HP, shambles, mats, because Steamy has like next to no mats. And that's a fight that we most likely will win. And if the zone pulls far, and these are all things that you're going to have to take into account when you plan out your drop spot, but if zone pulls far, let's say it pulls around, what's the farthest it can go, really? Center map, I guess. So say it goes center map. I'll zoom out a bit so you guys can see kind of. Okay, so we're up here. Say it pulls center map, so first zone is like all the way down here. In that case, we get the tires on our car, and we're just going to go straight shot to zone. We're going to go past Orchard, past Corny, straight to zone. And we're going to have tires, and we're going to be faster than any other team in this area. And using those tires, we can even go around this whole area, go to dead side, start going towards the dead side. But yeah, there's just a lot of versatility that we're going to have with these tires. So I'm going to zoom back in to kind of where we are. Now, contingency plans. So since this is a split, having it uncontested is crucial. But in that rare case that we're going to be contested, you have to have a contingency plan. And this goes for any drop that you don't, assume is going to be contested a lot of the time. So like if you're going, I don't know, lazy or sweaty, this is going to be contested a lot because like look how much loot there is. So you're going to have to find a way that you're going to get your whole trio loot and be able to survive being contested. So basically your contingency plan is going to be in effect all the time. But if you're going a more low-key drop, you're going to have a contingency plan, especially if it's a drop where you're split up. So our contingency plan, for example, is if any part of this split is contested, we're going to triple drop this house and the base and the gas station because this has more loot than the houses. Now, the thing about this drop is that if we lose the houses, that's a significant part of our loot that's gone. Now, it can be good if we're uncontested because obviously, me and the other guy are going to be getting a significant amount of loot as opposed to some drops where one player is going to get all the loot and then everyone else is going to be shambles. But we're going to have some loot. But if it's contested, we're going to be in some trouble. And that's something that you just have to come to grips with about your drop spot. There's no perfect drop on the map. So that's all just stuff you need to take into consideration. But for us, we think it's worth the risk because it's going to be uncontested most of the time. So there you guys have it. That's our kind of my guide to where I'm going to be landing probably. If there's any switch ups, I'm going to do another video explaining our new drop. And just kind of going over all of that. If there's any big changes. But really the main takeaway from this is that you need to know your drop spot. You need to have a contingency plan in case something goes wrong. And you need to have a loot path that's actually planned out. If zone pulls here, we're going to do this. If zone pulls here, we're going to do this. So right now, I think I might have explained this, but if zone pulls to us, we're going to get the fish here and up here. And we're going to loot kind of craggy side of the mountain. And if zone pulls far, we're going to go with the car, like straight to center zone. So there you guys have it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, do whatever the heck you want. All right, I'm out. Peace.